Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah. A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back to Honest J. Nowak. And now for today's episode, gotta bring back this old cap here that I've had for quite a long time actually. But now I feel like that I should get back into a lot of new subjects here. And yes, I'm pretty much going to be going back and forth between the paper lists and digital lists that I've been making up all this time. I've simply put together tons of new ideas here and there. And keep in mind, I'm still going to have a lot of new subjects to talk about, specifically about various things that I have written down, or you could probably keep a watch out in the future because I will have some new multi-part episodes coming soon. But you know what? I'm kind of getting off track here. It's already been about a minute worth of footage that I got here. So let's just get on into the subject here. Because what I'm going to talk about today is waiter tips. Now, of course, if there's one thing out there that many people would probably realize is that the fact that, well, the waiters actually get paid by tips. And a waiter, of course, is someone who actually goes in and serves the food and takes the order. But of course, there has actually been a lot of huge controversy surrounding different types of tips that were handed out, aside from the traditional ones where it's basically just a cash-based payment that is generally accepted in a 20% amount or even higher or lower depending on how much you're willing to go. But of course, there actually have been quite a few news articles that have talked a lot about different types of tips that weren't cash-based. Of course, there was a tip that was actually just a small piece of paper that explained that it didn't need a tip in terms of cash, but they needed a tip based on love and emotion. That is a complete mind blow. I mean, anyone out there who would be willing to do the right thing probably wouldn't go as far as to be super honest about it. I mean, no one at all has to be like me on a daily basis. Though I don't generally go out to eat where I get served by a waiter or whatnot because, of course, that kind of problem could persist. And eventually word would get out about what I'm continuously doing. So, of course, that's generally why I happen to go to restaurants where I get self-served and usually where tips aren't generally the mandatory thing. But, of course, that's probably besides the point here because, after all, waiters need to have some sort of income into them. And if we can't generally do it because of a certain, website like GoFundMe, then, anyone would probably say that a tip would be fine. I generally accept a few different forms of payment online, especially towards my PayPal account. But generally, this would go to show that I'd probably be able to use the money around specifically towards my new filmmaking that I've been doing for the last couple of years now. And I would also like to say for the first time here on HGN that subjects are not only coming around just for me, I'm now actually getting other requests from people out there. Sure, there were requests in the past, but this time it's almost about everything else that I've been talking about lately. Almost everything had been a request in the last week or so worth of episodes. So, of course, at the same time, if I actually am able to brainstorm some more ideas, then I can pretty much guarantee that anyone out there could probably give me requests of their own, if they wanted to. But that's pretty much all I got to talk about waiter tips in general, so be sure to stick around for some more. And if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.